It's the end of the week, and I came bearing gifts. I've got a top 10 list that you're not going to want to miss. So go grab your vibe juice, and let's get into it. What's up, comic fam? We're back with another market update and trending list. I'm C3. Like I said, this is a list you're not going to want to miss. This information could be very useful while you're out on the hunt for your next grail or the next big book you want to add to your PC. We're going to start this week's list off with an honorable mention, and the title of that book is Moon Knight, issue number 23, and this is some beautiful cover art by one of my favorite artists, Bill Sienkiewicz. Last recorded sale for this book for a raw copy was $9. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 43.59% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for a raw copy at the moment is $21, while the average price for a CGC 9.8 will run you roughly about $114. This book has a high sale that took place back in March of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $250. I am a big fan of Bill Sienkiewicz. That's why it gets the honorable mention. That's why I have it on the list. Topping off the list at number 10, Predator, issue number 1, the first appearance of Predator in comic books. Now, the last recorded sale for this book was $39 for a raw copy. This book has a current trend of 16.49% increase in copies that have sold. Average price for a raw copy is $53, while the average price for a CGC 9.6 is $195. This book has a high sale that took place back in January of 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $1,000. Now, after you check out Prey, you'll understand the significance of this book. Prey actually tied in a lot of events that took place in all the other movies. Listen, the vibe is good. The info is accurate. We do this every week. Make sure you hit that like button, Hawk smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this information. Coming in at number 9, we've got X-Men, issue number 49, first appearance of Lana Dane, who later becomes Polaris. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $58. This book has a current trend of 17.22% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for a raw copy right now is $87, while the average price for a CGC 8.5 will run you roughly about $462. This book did have a high sale back in January 18th of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $36,000, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're a completionist and you need to add this book to your collection, now may be a good time for you to pick one up. But don't forget to check out your local comic book shops to see if they have these books either in their back issues, behind their counters, on their wall of fame, or even in their own personal PCs that they may be willing to strike a deal with you. We must, I can't say it enough, we must make sure that we are supporting our local comic book shops. Let's talk about number 8 on the list. Wolverine, issue number 3. And this is from that iconic Frank Miller run. And we've got a beautiful comic collection. The cover on this artwork is spectacular. That's why it's on the list. Last recorded sale for this book for a raw copy was $7. But this book is currently trending down, ladies and gentlemen, at a negative 18.30% decrease in copies that have sold. That's what makes this such a magnificent purchase right now. If you need to add this to your collection, now may be the perfect opportunity for you to pick one up. I always say strike while the iron is cold, and this is a perfect opportunity for that. The average price for a raw copy is $23. The average price for a CGC 9.8 is $420. This book does have a high sale that took place back in October of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $8,000. Leave a comment in the comment section if you guys are as excited as I am about Hugh Jackman's Wolverine returning to the MCU. And let's move on to number 7 on the list. Let's talk about Strange Tales, issue number 178, and this is the first appearance of Magus. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $54, ladies and gentlemen. This book has a current trend of 26.36% increase in copies that have sold thus far. This book, average price for a raw copy is $53, and the average price for CGC 9.4 is $370. There is a high sale that took place back in April of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $8,500. Now, keep that in mind. These books are trending upward, so now may be the perfect opportunity for you to get your hands on this book before it gets out of reach. Gaining movement, but holding strong, at number 6 on the list, we have Nova, issue number 1, first appearance and origin of Richard Rider. Now, last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was $26. This book has a current trend of 26.62% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for a raw copy right now is $121, while the average price for CGC 9.6 will run you about $349. There is a high sale that took place for this book back in June of 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $3,000. And make sure you guys stick around to the end, and I'll show you how you can add a free comic book to your personal collection also. Moving right along and pulling up at number 5, we have Fantastic Four, issue number 86, which is graced with this beautiful, iconic cover art by none other than Jack Kirby. Here it is. Last recorded sale for this book for a raw copy was $10. Now, the beautiful thing about this book is that it is at a 0.17% decrease in copies that have sold, which makes this a perfect opportunity for buy-in. Perfect buying opportunity, great story arc, great cover. You can't go wrong with this. The average price for a raw copy right now is $52. The average price for a CGC 9.2 will run you about $348. There was a high sale that took place back in June of 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $1,920, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a perfect opportunity for you to get your hands on this book. Definitely one for the collection. Number 4 on the list is definitely a sleeper pick, but a must-have for your personal collection. Let's talk about Batman Annual, issue number 14, and this is the origin of Two-Face. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the average price for a raw copy of this book was $3. Yes, just a mere $3, and you can be the owner of this beautiful Two-Face portrait. Now, this book has a decrease in copies sold by 17.53%. The average price for a raw copy is $3. The average price for a CGC 9.8 is $80. I don't know about you, but I love those numbers, ladies and gentlemen. There was a high sale that took place back in October of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $123. So I'm just thrilled to death to know that this is one that I can surely add to my collection in a high grade for not a lot of money. So shout out to all my Two-Face fans. Now is the time if you're willing to buy in. Let's do it. At the list at number 3, we've got Spawn, issue number 3. First appearance of Cyan Fitzgerald, who later becomes Black Mirror. Now, the average price for a raw copy is $12. The average price for CGC 9.8 will run you $65. Last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was $50, ladies and gentlemen. This book is also down at 0.40% decrease in copies that have sold. Perfect opportunity to buy in. I always say, strike while the iron is cold. It doesn't make sense for us to go after comics when everybody's talking about them. Wait for them to come down a little bit, and then we can get them for the best price, because these books always come back around. They will spike back up and add value to your collection. It's inevitable. It has to happen, right? There was a high sale that took place back in December of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $140. Now, I'm extremely flabbergasted and excited about what Todd McFarlane is doing. He has taken and created an entire universe, which makes this definitely one for your collection. And coming in at number 2 on the list, Year of the Villain, Hell is Arisen, issue number 3, the 3rd print. I'm telling you, I was buying these comics like crazy when they first came out. This is the reprint of the first appearance of Punchline, Alexis K. Last recorded sale for raw copy was $12. This book has a current trend of 43.6% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for raw copy right now is $6. And the average price for CGC 9.8 is, get this, ladies and gentlemen, $38. Now, there was a high sale that took place back in July of 2022 where CGC 9.8 sold for $150. This book is a perfect buy-in opportunity. The prices are very well set, and I'm pretty sure that you can get a couple of copies of this if you really want to. Make sure you slap that like, Hulk smash that subscribe button, and let's talk about the hottest trending comic book on planet Earth. And that book is Miles Morales, Spider-Man Issue number 1, first appearance of Ray Neen, who later becomes Rabble. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've been wondering if and when this book was going to see some movement, and I finally got my wish. This is what the numbers look like. Last recorded sale for a raw copy for this book was $5. This book has a current trend of 34.65% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for a raw copy at the moment is $18, while the average price for CGC 9.8 is $103. There was a high sale that took place in January of 2023 where CGC 9.8 sold for $103. This is a perfect opportunity to buy in for these books, especially this Miles Morales universe that's being built. The artist, the storytelling, it's all perfect. It's all a great storm. You're definitely going to want to have this in your collection. I know that Peter Parker is our Spider-Man, but this new Miles Morales is not just our Spider-Man, but he's the generation behind us. That's their Spider-Man. And this book is going to continue to do significant numbers over the years. So you're going to want to definitely add this one to your collection. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. If you're interested in getting a free comic book that you can add to your PC, make sure that A, you're a subscriber to the channel. B, leave an encouraging comment in the comment section. And 3, tune in next time for another episode of Keep It Comics. Peace. You know what it is.